Yes. So the last question is, well, we have two. This is one part counterpart to you. The very last question that we have. So as a father, what wisdom do you have that you want to leave for your sons so that they can have insight on how to have successful relationships from a male point of view? Because you're passing it on, to the next generation, and that's what we want to do. What would you say is something that just so important that you've learned so far? And of course, there's gonna be more along the way. But what have you learned so far that you want to leave to them so that they can have successful relationships?
I always saw that bitterness is there and
Mm-hmm.
real love, always to the point where, like, I said, I want them always to remember if the feeling is there, if the feeling is not there, then it's not there. If it's genuine and real love, you will feel it. You always like, I don't know if you feel it or not, you will feel it. If you feel it, that's the time. Like, it, don't try to focus and always, stay Lord, like no matter what, no matter how people choose you, they don't determine how you don't change bad ways, but it's hard to know. So all I do is say, and Lord, all the other things, like, bad, but
Yeah. I think that's good. I think that's good for them to know, to make sure that their feelings are for real. If your feelings aren't there, be straightforward and honest with that person so that there won't be any confusion about the process, and always continue to show respect and things like that in those different areas, regardless of how other people interact and respond. Because sometimes the way our society is like, if you say something to me or you do something to me, then I'm supposed to respond the same way. But you don't have to give people what they give to you. I think that's something that we've lost along the way, that you're going to encounter rude and crazy people, but that doesn't mean that you have to give them exactly what they give back to you. You still stay true to who you are. And I think that's great. Now, the very last question that I have, the last question that I have is going to be a tough one, because it's going to be your perspective from that of a man and talking to that of the women. What would you say that men would like women to know as a whole, as it relates to relationship? What is one thing or two things, if you got it, that you feel like that men really want women to know as it relates to relationships? I know. This is heavy. I know, because it's just like, ah.
that a man wants women to know is that they really need to, and comfort is the best thing, like, to a man. And when I say comfort, like, to the point where you know for a fact, but like, you got the back, you don't have to worry about what you're doing, what you're doing, all that stuff. Man, even though, no matter, I don't care how tough a man is, comfort, love, like, simple things,
Yeah.
really make a man feel easy. Knowing that you got his back, no matter what, you can make anything happen. Like, man, back, good at home, and that's like that. I don't care if you not all like you can make stuff happen.
Mm-hmm.
It really, I mean, man, I can speak for all men, but
Yeah. And I think, like you said, of course, we can't really speak for everybody, but I think you have hit a good population that's out there that's saying that want to make sure that they can trust you, that
right,
they have that comfort of knowing that if I confide in you and connect with you, that it stays there with us, and I don't have to worry
right,
about hearing it in the street, and that as long as I'm take care of home and all those other things like that, you're balancing me out and taking care of those other areas. And
right,
so I think women will be happy to hear that, because there's so many in our world now, so many moving parts with technology and all this stuff like that, with dating and all. Sometimes I think we forget the important natures that we need to hold on to, and not trying to figure out this app and figure out what to say here and do there, and get back to the basics. I think that will help a lot of relationships to thrive and grow. So, Chris, I thank you so much for joining me today, especially on your day off. You could be doing anything, and you chose to come and join with us here today, and I thoroughly, thoroughly appreciate it. You have really have spoken to the characters that's here in the book. You have done them justice because you have supported some of their views and debunked some of the myths I think that comes about as it relates to different relationships. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. And I look forward to sharing more with you guys as it relates to the book and things like that as we talk to other individuals that are coming along the way. We have some couples that are lined up. We have some single females, of course, and of course, we're going to bring back another single male as well because we want to get both perspectives. As we talked about earlier with Chris, you got to have that scale to have both the male perspective and that of the woman in order to fully understand the relationships. So we thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and we look forward to seeing you guys on our future adventures. Okay, talk to y'all soon.